Hi lovelies, welcome to Managing My Money with Rosa. Today I am going to set up my bills for the month of August. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. I'd really like if you would take a second and hit subscribe down below. My channel is all about my personal budget journey. I look at my bills, I look at what I spend every week, I do savings challenges, I also do, I have sinking funds, I have cash funds, oh my gosh, that's crooked, and sometimes I do a little bit with dividend investing. If any of that sounds of interest, I'd really appreciate if you take a second and hit that subscribe down below. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for taking a little bit more of your time and coming back and spending it with me. I can't say thank you enough. Let's get started. So I love to just jot down what all of my monthly bills are. I honestly have been doing this, I can't even tell you for how long. And in doing this, what it allows me to do is review every month when my bills are getting paid, how much they're getting paid. It's a quick snapshot just of what are those things that have to come out of my check. So I have an idea as we go into the month, where are we at and what are we doing to make progress towards those goals. So I have not bought into anybody's plan. I use a composition book, have for basically my entire budgeting. I have been trying other budgets offline or off camera to see if I like them. I can't quite make them work for me, so this is still my go-to, but I am trying and experimenting with different things as I grow and learn more about budgeting and as I watch more of your budgeting videos that some of you put out there as well. So I like to write down what the bill is that I have. I also like to determine how much is going to be budgeted for that. And then later I will come in and I will write down the date that I paid it and how much it actually was. So the first thing we start off with is my mortgage. It is due on the 1st of every month. If you, M-O-R-T-G-A, all of a sudden I couldn't spell. If you watched my debt video, you know that my mortgage actually just went up. We refied about 10-15 years ago, I don't remember how long ago. And when we did, we got put onto a variable rate. Yeah, no, shame on me, but at the time it was a really great deal. It still is a really great deal. However, it readjusts and recalculates in June, and then that first new payment comes in comes in August. So they give me that month of July to prep for it, and now it's going to hit us. So my new mortgage is $1,210, which is up like 70 bucks. All of that unfortunately is going to interest, not to paying my mortgage down. We also have an RV that we pay. It is like the mortgage, it is a fixed rate and it is $200. Then we have I recently got a new car. I have a new car, and it is $370 a month. We kind of swapped out, got rid of my husband's truck payment, paid it in full, done, yay, got so excited. And then we replaced it with an even more expensive car payment. Oh, shame on me, but that's okay. We are making progress on paying down our debt. My student loan currently is not due. I honestly have been sitting since about yesterday, just worked up about my student loan and realizing I might have paid $600 in the last 2 years, basically, since it went on the moratorium. And yeah, I owe $35,000 on a student loan and I really haven't been paying it. Shame on me. And that's okay because, you know, I'm ready to start paying it when it comes up. However, I'm getting ready to go into the doc program at a local university that I'm paired with, and it's going to continue to be deferred. However, interest is going to start to get me. So I've decided that I need to figure out how to begin to make a $200 a month payment on it. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but really, considering I haven't been budgeting for it in a while, yeah, my budget just got a whole lot tighter because I was trying really hard to pay the RV off, and a lot of that extra money was actually coming from what I was not paying on my student loan. So I'm kind of getting in a dilemma with my debt and where all of it is, but I know that I need to start paying on that student loan, so we've got to start bringing that down. On the 17th of every month, my car insurance is due, which is, it was like 400 something, 400, and then some little change. It was under 410. I was paying 410 every time, so now I'm down below. This is the last one before it recalculates, so it is going to be less than this, but I'm going to go ahead and budget the $400, but I know that it's less than that. It's like 380 something, which is really exciting. And then the 29th, we have the electric, which is due. Now, it is summer. We live in Florida. It is hot, hot, hot here. With that said, we, the last 2 months have been a little over budget for the electric. I knew it was coming. Fortunately, I had a little bit of money stashed aside for it, but I try to budget $250. Cross my fingers. I love when it comes under, but summer months it gets a little high, so $250 is a little scary. All right, on the 30th, we have our cell phones, which are due, and that is $140. And then our youngest is on a different plan than we are. His is due on the 25th. I don't care what phones we have. I really don't. My husband, on the other hand, really cares. So he takes care of all of that. Our youngest was not old enough to get a cell phone when we got ours, so that's why he's on a different plan. And that is $30 a month. And then on the 15th, we have Wi-Fi, and that is $90. And then the 17th, I have a recurring Juice Plus bill for $54. Oh, $54. Now, all of these are, for the most part, fixed. The only one that's variable is that electric, which can come on a little up, a little down. And then when I add all of this together, it's starting to really weigh and stress me out because our budgeted bills alone are $2,944. If you watch my channel, you know that my income is roughly $1,400 every 2 weeks. That 14 times 2 is $2,800. Now, mind you, 200 of this, my husband does take care of that bill, but yeah, that's basically all of my check is just bills. And with putting the student loan back in, I'm really worried about cash flow. So we're going to see how this works, but we're going to try August and September paying that student loan again, trying to get it down. All right, then up next, I like to look at my paydays. I'm going to use these. I like to know what days we're getting paid. All right, so we'll put this here. Paydays. So I get 2 checks every month. I get a check on the 1st and a check on the 15th. And then my husband gets every other week. So some months he gets 2, some months he gets 3. This month he only gets 2, and he gets paid on the 5th and the 19th this month. So we're pretty close to each other. And then I also like to have, oh, the sticker won't come off, there it goes. Goals. I like to always write down goals. It kind of helps keep me accountable. Those goals, savings, the goal is from my 2 checks to put $20 into each one, and out of my husband's check to put $15 into each one. And then I just create a little checkbox so that I can come in and check them off. And then next is debt pay down. The goal, so this is a real struggle for me right now. I was putting an extra $120 a month into the RV minimum to help get it knocked down as fast as I can. What I have stashed and stored up right now for the next time the bill is due, I think really is going to be the last month that we get a big chunk taken off the RV, just because we don't have funds for it anymore. It was coming out of my check and now it's not going to be. So I am going to try really hard to get $50 out of it in total, out of my checks, and then out of my husband's checks. The goal is to set aside $5 twice. So I will come in here, and instead of checking them off, like I check these, instead of checking these off, I'll put in what the amount is that I actually put in there so I can track, did I meet that goal? And if I didn't, then I'm going to look at why didn't I and what do I need to adjust for next month. And then I have an investing goal, which again, I have really been looking at budget since I'm putting that 200 back in and really getting worked up about what I have to drop and let go of. I had an investing goal at the beginning of the year to every month to put in $25 from every one of my checks to investing so that I could grow my dividend account. That's going to take a little hit for a little while. $25 isn't going to happen. This month I'm actually going to drop it down to 20. I might have to drop it down to 10, 15 next month. I'm not certain, but something's got to give, and this unfortunately is that space. If I'm truly following Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps, I shouldn't even be doing any investing right now. Really what I should be doing is that debt pay down more than investing. It just breaks my heart to know that I'm not growing that account. So trying to figure out all of that. And then my last goal is to decrease my debt by at least $1,000. I have met whatever the goal is here every time that I've set one, and that's just because combined I really should hit it with no problems, and then the extra really helps push me over. So we'll see where we are this month when we get done. I also do track 2 more things. I get money from my daughter. I pay her car payment just because it was attached to the same company that my husband's truck was, so I just took care of paying it for her. However, she pays for it, so I transfer $300 from her account to pay for her car, and then her car insurance is rolled into our car insurance, and so I get $160 back from her every month to help pay for that insurance. So I will want to check off, am I doing those 2 things? Some months I do, some months I don't. And then last, I try really hard to help her save a little bit. She's not so much a saver, she's not so much a spender, she's kind of been right there in the middle. So I transfer over $50 into her savings with her permission. No, I don't just do it. I text her and say, hey, sweet pea, do you mind if I move over your car payment and put 50 into savings? And she usually comes back and says, sure, Mom, not a problem. So I just take care of it. So know that no, I don't go into her account and do anything. And this really is my budget. Now, what I do want to do is something a little bit different since we are moving into August. I want to change things up here. One of the things that I really want to change up is I want to get back to monthly cash savings. If you watched my channel for any time, you know that the beginning of this year I started doing monthly savings challenges, and then we got to summer, and I'm gonna be honest, I just didn't do them, mostly because I think it was March, April, one of those months, one of them really just didn't go the way I wanted it to, so I stopped doing monthly savings challenges and really want to get back into it. So I am doing a no spend for the month of August, where I do not spend money on a specific thing. So I've decided that we're going back to school. I'm going to be in the car a whole lot more. Dunkin' frozen coffees are my thing, okay? So I am going to commit to not spend any money at all on a frozen Dunkin' coffee. And really it's just the week, Monday through Friday, that gets me. I'm really good on the weekends, on Saturday, Sunday. But the goal is that for every one that I save, every time I don't spend money, I'm going to save $1. Sorry about that. If the editing is a little off, I apologize. All of a sudden I had to go take care of something. So I am going to save $1 for every day that I do not buy a frozen Dunkin'. We go back to school. I go back to school on the 2nd. So this week coming up for me is going to be really, really, really difficult. But the goal is to save money and not spend it. So wish me luck. If you would like to join me in a no spend savings challenge, I would love for you to do that. I think it would be really fun if we did it together. I'd love to hear in the comments below what your no spend challenge is going to be. I also want to do something different this month where I kind of take what Budgeting April does, where she does a shout out to different budgeters in the community. Instead of doing it the way she does it, she has a whole BCL, budgeting community links. Instead, I've decided to, and then she highlights certain people. I've decided instead that I'm going to highlight people who, and other budgeters who comment on my channel. And that changes and fluctuates over time. It always changes and fluctuates. So I actually am going to give a shout out to 5 different budgeters. Budgeting with Fatima. She recently completed she did a 150 envelope challenge, and it was so neat to watch her family undo the all the envelopes and then count how much she had saved. So I really like Budgeting with Fatima. All Things Kimberly has probably been watching and commenting on my stuff for a really long time, probably close to the beginning of when I started. She does some really neat stuff. Her Fridays, she has a Friday fun night where she plays all different kinds of games. I think they're kind of fun to watch, so go check All Things Kimberly out. And then Budget Stuff, Save, Repeat. I like watching her channel as well. She has really been commenting on a lot of the stuff that I've been doing lately. I've begun watching her channel, but I'm liking what Budget Stuff, Save, Repeat, what she's doing over there. And then Nat's Budget has also dropped a comment a lot, and it's mostly encouragement, and I absolutely love that other budgeters out there are encouraging me. And then another one is Budget with Mimi. She also always has a positive word to say for me, and I just can't say thank you enough. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't watched much of Budgeting with Mimi. I'm trying to do some more looking around and everybody, but I just wanted to give a shout out to these 5 budgeters and just say thank you so much for continually coming back to my channel and spending your time with me. I am going to put links to all of their channels down in the description below. And if you have any questions or comments or anything, I'd love to hear them. I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.